What's up, guys? Been a little bit since I posted the last video, but I got a topic for this one today. So, go dog. So, topic on this video today is about love and how it is wrong to give up on somebody and tell them to go work out their issues by themselves, and how that could affect a relationship later on or completely end it altogether. So, from personal experience, this is what I'm basing everything off of, is that I've been given up on. My last relationship, they gave up on me. And they said, go fix yourself, I'll fix myself. In about a year, we'll start dating again. Well, I found out they don't love me anymore the other day. It hurts, but what can I do? So, to the topic. If you're in a relationship with somebody, you're both going through your own issues, and you both need to work on it, go, dog, go. Go. You're not getting pet today. Sorry about that. If you give up on the other person and you tell them to go work on themselves, but you're not there for them while they're working on themselves, at that point they're healing on their own and they don't need you anymore, in a sense. Because if you're able to heal yourself without the other person there, why do you need them in your life? Like, why do you need them there if you've already healed yourself? That stupid light keeps on going off. There's a light right over there. Keeps on going off. Don't know why. If you're able to heal yourself without them being in the picture, then why should you go back? Like, if you're able to make yourself better, like you're able to get yourself help, but the other person isn't there, in a sense, like they just give up on working throughout it together and building that bond stronger, then they don't deserve you. They don't deserve the time that you spent in working on yourself. It's more to the fact that if you're able to do that, why should you give them that new person of you? Like, why should you give that? Why should you give them that when they don't deserve it, you know? Anybody that deserves it, anybody that does deserve it should be there every step of the way. Through your ups, through your downs, through the hard times, through the easy times, through those arguments where you end up hating each other, but you still love each other. It's more the simple fact that if you're not able to sit there and love the other person throughout it and stand by their side, why should you give them the purpose of letting them love you again? I have plenty of more topics to talk about, different things on my perspective and everything else like that. It's pretty interesting, but I'm currently healing myself from my last relationship. Actually, I just got into a brand new relationship with another girl, and I'm happy with her. She understands I have a lot of issues and everything else like that. Another thing, toxicity. Nobody's toxic. That's just somebody pointing out. And don't be mad at yourself because you're toxic. You're not. It's the simple fact is that people point out the bad things in you, and they choose to call that toxic because they don't know what the difference is in it. Being toxic or not even being toxic, just knowing what's good and bad. See, I'm bipolar, I have ADHD, I have a whole bunch of shit wrong with me. I'm depressed, I have anxiety, everything like that. My bipolar, for my first girlfriend, I was called toxic for it. It's something I physically can't control, but you call it toxic anyways because you just don't like it. Does it make sense? That that also plays a role. Someone's like, you're too toxic or whatever. But if you fix yourself, then I'll love you. I'll get back with you. And that's another, honestly, that's kind of a red flag in a sense, is that if you're able to, or no, if you have to change yourself, your personality, to be with somebody, then you shouldn't be with them. Someone that you love, someone that cares about you, that you love and care about also, you should love them for who they are, flaws and all. And the same vice versa. But if you keep on pointing out every little bad little thing about that other person, then, and you keep on telling them, if you don't change, I'm going to leave you. If you look at it in that sense, I mean, it's not the best thing. It's not. Because why should you or I change myself to be someone I'm not? I am who I am, and it's more of the issues that you have to fix or control that makes you who you are. And back to the topic, if you're able to heal in yourself, don't go back to that person. Don't go back to them. It's not worth it. Because you will end up in the same loop all over again, and you will not feel cared and loved enough because you went out there and changed yourself. Once they understand that they've lost you because of that decision that they made, and if it was your personal decision, then go on. Be yourself. Love who you are. If it was their decision, don't worry about it. Don't physically worry about it anymore, because you ain't gonna change their mind. For me, a year or two ago, I was nice. I was really kind. I mean, while in reality I was an asshole. But I've changed. Everybody changes. Everybody has their ups and downs, and I'm on my up right now. I went through 2 bad relationships, or 2 bad breakups in this sense. One was in a mental hospital, and one was right after 4th of July. Both of those shaped who I am and changed who I was. But I improved myself and kept working on myself, because the simple fact is that if they ever come back, they don't deserve who I am. Because if they come back and they say, I love you, I care about you, then point out, well, why weren't you there? Like, why did you give up? Why do you want me now when I'm healed myself from the damage that I was caused by you? And think, well, because I changed, they like me now, but if you were the same old person all over again, they wouldn't come back. Because they found out and they noticed is that when they lost you and you improved yourself, they knew they lost a good person, because you had the willpower to change yourself and not just for them. See, I was changing myself for the girl I loved, for the girl I cared about, that doesn't love me anymore. Now I have somebody else that is 100 times better than her, in the sense. She cares and loves for who I am. She doesn't give a shit about my past. She doesn't care. Those are the kind of people that you should love and care about. The people that continuously say, well, or don't, let me put this in perspective, they don't work on themselves when they say they will, and then they want to break up with you, and then they get with somebody else right after that. You gotta piece it together. Then at that point, it's like, well, they never really loved me then, did they? You just don't give up on somebody without a reason. I figured that out. There's always a reason behind why you give up on somebody. But if you give up on them just because the simple fact is that you don't like them for who they were, or you want them to change and you expect change, and you don't get that change in return because they are who they are, don't be mad. because you broke that person's heart to the point where they don't really care anymore. They don't care what you think. I don't care what my exes think about me. I really don't care what anybody thinks about me at this point. It's because of my mindset. You need to get in that mindset to where you just don't care. You are who you are. You can't change that. There's no point in changing and putting, in my phrase, putting on a mask to hide your true self, to show the world that you're this kind of person when you've never been this kind of person. You're a kind and loving person instead of an asshole. There's a fucking train. I don't know if you guys hear that. There's a freaking train, like, right over there somewhere. Across the road tracks, go to work every morning. But you... damn, that train got me off track. You just can't give up on somebody and then think that they're going to come back. Because I'm a person, I'll never give up on somebody. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of willpower. And if they do end up giving up on you, and they truly never wanted to give up on you, that means at that point they lost all the physical energy and mental energy to even care anymore. Because you continuously showed them that you do not give a shit. That you don't want to change when you need to change. Or you flat out just say, you know what, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm gonna go fuck around with all these hoes. I'm gonna fuck around with all these bitches. All these boys, I'm gonna do all this shit. When in reality, the one person actually gave a shit about you for who you were and personality wise, gave a shit about you for who you were and didn't care about your body and wasn't gonna use you, you lost. Because you gave up on the simple fact is you were going through a hard time. You don't, this is the one fucked up thing about relationships now. You give up on the person when you're having a hard time. You give up on them. You don't push through it. You don't talk about it. That's the fucking problem with this generation now. I've seen it. I've had it happen. We don't talk about our problems peacefully. We sit there and fucking argue about the shit. And I'm a person, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not. Because the simple fact is, there's no point of arguing with stupid. If you can't sit down and have an adult conversation about your problems and be truthful and honest and not get mad at each other because the simple fact is you are being honest, then you don't fucking deserve the person. You deserve someone way better than that person. That's one thing that pisses me the fuck off. I mean, it just does, you know? Pisses me off that people will do that. I'm an honest kind of guy. I will give you straight up honesty about anything going on because I'm not a person that's going to sit there and lie to your face or sugarcoat shit. I'm not. Because the simple fact is, being brutally honest is probably one of the best things you can do to somebody. It helps. You tell them the truth. Now, I could rant about this shit all day. I could. Because the simple fact is, this generation's messed up. You guys date. I'll phrase this nicely. You date to date. You don't date to see a future. See, that's why women are scared of me. Because the simple fact is, I'm honest about my future. I have plans. I want that person I love to stick by my plans every step of the way. But you give up on me. Why should I care enough? Why should I care enough to give you a second chance? See, karma's a bitch. I've seen karma happen for people I used to love and care about. And it's sweet sweet karma, because revengeance is not the best thing to get. Let karma take hold of it. Yeah, people giving up on you, it's not right. But the best thing to do is to forget about them and push yourself to make yourself a better person. That means stop habits that isn't good for you, like this. My my ex said, she says, you're never gonna be able to stop, because it starts off with a few, and then it goes and continues, and more and more and more. I just smoke cigarettes just because of, well, I grew up around it. My dad smoked, my grandmother smoked, my grandfather smoked. My mom's grandfather, my mom's dad smoked, my other grandfather. I grew up around it. And, well, I've taken up the habit now. But if you can push that person to stop, and you can help and love them and care for them and be through those hard times when you're able to stop, then truly keep those people close. Don't let them go. But the people that give up on you, don't let them back in your life. The people that said, I can't do this anymore, I'm breaking up with you. And the simple fact is that somebody you love and care about, you'll never give up on them. I've never given up on anybody. It's very hard for me to give up, and I've given up on a handful of people my whole entire life, because I saw the good, and I saw how much change they can make, but they didn't. You can't just give up on somebody and expect them to love you the exact same. If someone's willing to give you a second chance, take it. Don't leave it for granted. Because if they give you a second chance, they truly care, and they see that you're a good person. I'll give you a second chance. When you come back and hurt me again, don't expect anything from me anymore. Don't expect the love and caring person that you used to know, because I'm just not going to give a shit. Because I have my outer circle, which is my outer circle friends, which I barely tell anything to, I barely talk to. I have my inner circle, which I talk to on occasion, or I talk to decently enough. And I have my very inner circle, the one that's close to me, the one's close to my heart. Those people right there know almost everything about me for who I am. They know my hardships. They know everything about me, because I trust them and I care about them and they care about me. As soon as you get in that second inner circle, or that first outer circle, or the first circle that's closer to me, and you backstab me or you hurt me, don't expect to come into that inner circle ever again. Don't expect to ever be close to my heart, because if you can hurt me then, which is hard to hurt me because I tell people that I'm honest and be honest with me, because honesty goes a long ways. You can't do that. You can't hurt somebody like that. You can't stab them in the back. You can't do that. Because the simple fact is that once you hurt them, all they're going to know is the pain that you made them feel, and they ain't going to want you back. My ex-girlfriend came back. It would take a long time before I even forgave them. It would take a long time before I ever forgave them. So one person, though, I would forgive. They gave up on me. Simple fact is that I'm never going to give up on them. I see that they can make change, and I see they can do good, but they choose not to. Even though they don't love me, I still love them. still care about them, but that's gonna die off. And to that person that knows who they are, you lost. You lost me. Don't expect anything from me anymore. Don't ask for anything. I want all my shit back. Even if they do, even if they do watch this, just know you lost me. I may fuck with you, I may fuck you, I may have sex with you, everything else like that, but there ain't a simple thing of sympathy and love and caringness about you anymore to me. Because you lost someone who's loving, caring, understanding, non-judgment, and loyal. That would never do anything to hurt you. This video has gone from talking about all kinds of different shit. And my next video will be the same. It'll just be me talking. But remember, those people that leave you when you're at your lowest and you get up to that highest point in your life and they want you back, don't let them back in. Because if they cared enough, they wouldn't be leaving you. Well, I love all you guys. And I hope this video makes a lot of views on it. Comment on your thoughts. Comment whatever. Comment something I can talk about next time. Do it. Don't be afraid. Also, don't forget that like and subscribe button. Everybody says that, but it'll help my channel grow. Help me make more videos. Help, well, me be me. Me be who I am. Not very good language there, but let me be who I am. Don't try to change it. Because it's wrong. Unless somebody change you. Well, I love all you guys. You guys have a great day.